Now, you've seemingly defended President Trump, calling him the most courageous president ever. What do you mean by that?
I think he was courageous at that time.
Okay.
Now I'm realizing that wasn't quite courage.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, honestly. I was like, man, he's making decisions that no president would ever make.
Yeah.
That man got courage. But then as time started going on, them decisions kept coming. And I'm like, well, there's no reason behind a lot of these positions that he's taken. And he's not taking the time to explain to people why he's making these decisions. And they're not translating well. So as much as I wanted to support him, because I was an underdog at one point, so I get it. You know, you come into D.C., non-politician, no background, no experience. Okay, let's give you a shot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm cool, I'm gonna give you a shot, Mr. Trump, or President Trump. But then you start making decisions that just shows that you have no care for anything outside of what you want it to be. It became all about President Trump. So I just, and I could be wrong, but this is my personal opinion. I'm not speaking for everyone else, but I feel that when you become a president, your voice shouldn't only be for yourself. It should be for the people you represent. If you're gonna make a decision shouldn't just be for yourself, it should be for the people you represent. And I think that there's a specific base that he has complete loyalty to, and it's completely obvious. I respect him having loyalty to his base, because you have to have loyalty to, you have to stand for something. But just admit that's what you're standing for.
Yeah.
Don't hide it or say, okay, I want a bill of love, when nobody in the bill feels loved. And the bill is not really for the people that actually really need the bill. I mean, the 1% that's completely wealthy don't need no more aid. They don't need no more bonuses. I mean, they're wealthy. These are people with businesses that's been around for the last hundreds of years. They're not going anywhere. You got the control. You can only get but so much power, but at what point do you say, you know what? Let me think about the average everyday middle class people and the people below the middle class line that actually allows and supports and needs these corporations in order for them to survive. Let's do something nice for them for a change, you know?
But Akon, when you hear things that he was purported to say, things like the quote, and I apologize everyone for saying this, but we don't want to let people from these shithole countries come into the US. What do you say to that?
I think that's his description of what he thinks these countries are. To him, they are shithole countries. You know, he said it, and that's how he may feel about these particular countries, but that's only because he hasn't been in these countries. He hasn't been informed or advised of these countries. He doesn't have any experience of what these countries are. You know, I think sometimes before you make certain comments, you might want to just understand the situations in these countries. They're not shitholes by choice. Did I say that wrong? That wasn't supposed to sound right.
Yeah.
But it's by default. If you're not getting support, it's no different from a homeless man on the street. If he doesn't have the means to not be homeless, he's going to continue to be homeless. You're not going to say he's a shithole man. He doesn't have the means. He's not in the position you're in. His family wasn't born with money and gave you a seed to start your business. He had to start it from zero.
Does it make you feel angry, though, because he was including parts of Africa?
I don't get upset about stuff like that, because at the end of the day, truth is truth. We're not going to sit here and say Africa's a paradise. It's clearly not a paradise. That's why I'm fighting for it. Now, I know what the potential of it is. I know what it could be with the right management, right leadership, and right knowledge and education for a younger generation to take it to the next step. So this is always going to be a battle that we have to fight. But there's areas in America that's just as bad, you know, and there's a more of a mentality issue in America that needs to be dealt with. It's not really so the development of it, because it is what it is development-wise, but that development is downsized when the people that's in the development mentally aren't developed. So we have to educate ourselves to different cultures, you know, different races, different genders, and just know that just because a person is different from you doesn't mean that the behavior or how you treat that person should be any different.
But he's been called, amongst many other names, a misogynist, a bigot, a racist. Do you believe that about him?
The decisions he makes define that. Now, him as a person, he may not be. And some people that's racist will tell you they're not racist. But if they have to tell you they're not racist, then that means there's a misunderstanding of what racism is. If I come to you and say, well, I have a lot of white friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you got to say, I got a lot of Indian friends. I got a lot of Mexican friends. I got a lot of Puerto Rican friends. Why not just say, I have a lot of friends?
Yeah.
Why do they have to have a color or a type? A friend is a friend. Doesn't matter if he's white, black, Indian, gay, straight. That's your friend. So that's someone you trust, a companion you can confide in. That's a friend. It shouldn't matter if that's a specific description of that person physically. So when you have to say that, then you're either racist or you don't understand what racism means. And I'm gonna give him the reasonable doubt. I just don't think he understands what racism means.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.